something that's become very popular in the healing field and in people wanting to have a better life and wanting to de-stress and transform is something called the tapping solution. It's known as EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So it was developed by a doctor named Callahan. I think it was about 30 years ago. Amazing technique that's really helped millions of people worldwide. It's been fairly effective in many ways. But I like to take things and make them better. That's part of my nature. You know, how can we make things better? Let's take a look at EFT and see how we can make it better. So EFT, typically there's certain points. They have a certain specific points sometimes go in a specific order. My sense is that you don't need to go in a specific order. Tapping on the points, there's a very powerful point right here on the wrist, just a little bit behind there. It's very, very powerful. That helps to open up the heart protector meridian, helps with relaxation, helps with stress, depression, anxiety, and tapping there is very powerful. And right here is very powerful, just to underneath the bones here, very, very powerful. And so this is another point. Typically the EFT, they tap like this, okay? There's another point here, really powerful right here. Another point here right underneath the nose. There's a point on the top of the head that's very, very powerful. There's ones on the side of the eyes, underneath the eyes. And there's some right here. There are points that are all over the body. And the idea is to, in my mind, is to find some points that you like, that really resonate with you and feel really, really good. And we can go over a few here and what we've done. And then we want to take this to another level. Now with EFT, they typically use both fingers, both hands at the same time. Now when you use one hand and then the other, like that, you begin to have the EMDR effect, where you connecting with both sides, one side of the brain and then the other side of the brain. Then the two sides start to talk to one another a little better, and then there becomes an integration. So whatever you're focusing on with your feelings and thoughts, there begins to become an integration in your brain, rather than like this, like this. So that's an up level in the emotional freedom technique, or the tapping solution. So the tapping is so powerful. But let's see if we can get better, more long-lasting results. It seems like people need to keep going over and over the same kind of issues, and the issues keep coming up. So let's see if we can begin to help dissolve those issues. Now, one of the things that the EFT has a focus on is you think about what your issue is, what your reaction is, like oh, I feel so insecure, I feel so anxious. And then you go, even though I feel anxious, I love myself. Which is kind of words rather than really going into loving yourself. And you want to really go into loving yourself. And so you come to your heart with the living from your heart way. So you should begin to really focus on loving yourself as you do the tapping. That makes a big difference. Now, let's look at another level that Joe Dispenza has really focused on. is that what he's discovered is that when you do the MRIs and people think about their issues, the brain fires all over the place and becomes like fireworks. So when you think about your issues, it causes more disturbance in your emotions and in your brain. It keeps the patterns, the emotional patterns, going around and around and around. It reinforces the neural networks that you have in your brain that keep you stuck. So just thinking about that helps to keep you stuck. So when you're worrying, when you're trying to think about how to solve your problem and how to deal with it, you're going round and round and round and continuing to keep that neural network there and reinforcing the neural networks, and so they become more wired together, and you stay stuck. So what Joe Dispenza has found, and what he espouses, is to focus on how you want to be. Focus on the you that you want to be. So you focus on the loving you, on the confident you, on the powerful you. So you can tap side to side, and just once you've contacted your heart and doing the living from the heart way, breathing slow and deep and feeling the love in your heart like what we've done, then you can move into the tapping. And tapping, experiencing how you want to be, how you can be, as if you're there now. So you really feel it. You really feel the loving you. You really feel the confident you, stepping into the confident you, being the confident you, seeing yourself being confident in your life, flowing from one experience to the other, and just feeling really good. Seeing yourself in times that you weren't feeling really confident, now feeling confident. Stepping into that confident, loving, embracing you, and being that. Another level of what's happening is that when you embrace breathing slow and deep, and when you begin to get in touch with the earth and breathing as the earth, as what we've done in previous videos, and you begin to breathe as a universe, expanding your awareness into infinity from your heart in all directions. And when you're tapping this energy into the quantum field, into the earth and into the heavens, and seeing yourself being this confident, loving being, and seeing, you can even think about what you want. Oh, I want to have a new job. Oh, and you just put that out into the universe too. See yourself confidently being in the new job. Seeing yourself confidently having the new relationship. Seeing yourself confidently being really loving in the relationship that you're in, more than you've ever been before. And just really feeling that, attracting, feeling whatever you want in your life. Just really feeling it, visualizing it, experiencing it as if it's happening now. And as you're tapping, feeling the energy moving from your heart, moving from your being out into infinity, as you begin to become a creator of your life and create the life of your dreams. Many blessings. See yourself as the loving you, being the loving you, the confident you, making a difference in the world. Just by your presence, changing people's lives. Your love radiates out into other people, and it begins to have them begin to radiate a little more love in their lives, just like a tuning fork. As you're attuned to your love, you help others to attune to theirs. Many blessings.